Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Medieval for PS1. In the last video, we defeated the Stained Glass Demon in the Haunted Cathedral, and now we can return to the graveyard and get back to the land of the living. Because we eventually will have to follow Zarok through there if we want to defeat him. I also believe that you can finally use the skull key here, by the way. I thought you could use it in the first level, but no, you can't. So I want to be careful. I'm going to be using the hammer more often. And I want to be very careful about what I do here. There we go. What I wanted to do was get on that one part of the bridge that falls down and use that to ride on this floating coffin. By riding this floating coffin, you can jump over here and you can get a couple of energy vials and a whole bunch of gold. Who's a clever skeleton, then? Remember that there are many more secret areas like this throughout the land of Gallowmere, some offering more than just treasure. I don't know if I'll find all of them, though I will try. In the meantime, we want to go up the stairs here and follow this path. Want to be careful, want to make sure that I don't miss anything on the way, such as this gold. And then go over here, beat this guy up, beat this guy up. And I wonder. Perfect. Definitely do not want these guys charging at me because they will cost me a lot of health if I do let them charge at me. Because they can be pretty fast, and you're probably thinking, hey, why don't you use the shield? Well, they will tear through my shield like nobody's business, and I don't want to do that. So let's not do that. Instead, we will take them out however we can, when we can. And here's some gold up here. Oh, you guys got me, but, well, I got both of you with one strike of the hammer. No big deal. We can get that energy back, I believe. And here comes the zombie horde again. Want to make sure that I charge up the shockwave here fully before I use it. And I believe there are more. Okay, I thought there were more of the charging zombies near me, but apparently that was not the case. I will take care of this guy, though. And beat up this hand, too, because I want the gold. There we go. There are two more charging zombies over there. I will gladly shoot them down. Take the energy I need for the chalice from them from a distance. And there's two more of you. Sadly, you guys were not fast enough. And we got two more zombies coming out of the ground here. Thankfully, they are just as easy to take care of. How am I doing on health? Okay. We can leave that energy vial that is over there that you can barely see for later. And there is another one of you. I will gladly take these guys down with the crossbow whenever necessary. Speaking of guys I need to take down, there are two more zombies that I need to destroy. You apparently landed right on top of me. Not cool. I need to go down those stairs. But first, I'm going to get some extra gold. Because why not? And I'm pretty sure there's other stuff that I can do in the meantime. I'm pretty sure there's another path I did not take in the meantime, and there it is. We'll get a little bit of gold there. I want to squash this guy while he is on the edge there. And apparently he is in a place where I can't reach him from. I can eventually beat him up. And that's pretty much it for Cousin Knit's dead family members. Once I get this last one. Okay. There's a little bit of gold here. Oh, no. There's a silver shield here. This takes more abuse than the copper shield. There's the gold. I do want to use the gold for more crossbow bolts. And I'd rather just leave it at that for now. And there's another chest with a magical explosion in it that I can use to get rid of enemies should I have needed it. Thankfully, I didn't need it. And after all this, I can finally go ahead and go over here. And apparently these guys love respawning for some reason. Now we need to go over here. And apparently these guys want to stick to the wall. Okay. Have it your way then. Apparently these guys love to respawn as soon as they're pretty much out of my field of vision, basically. That's fine. I can get all that gold back and then some. And we now have 2 more of these guys. That's one of them down, and there's the other. The living world lies beyond these skull gates. The Master of the Hilltop Mausoleum, the stained glass demon, has possession of the skull key, which we will use. But I do want to go this way first because there is some easy to miss gold here. Get some from the hands. I wish you could reach that energy fountain there, but sadly you cannot. And I might as well just go ahead and go for the energy vial. Why not? But as you can see, we're slowly getting all that gold that I spent back. Slowly, but still. There's the energy vial. We have our hit points back. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and beat these guys up some more. For some more gold. And then we can finally go down these stairs and use the skull key. After beating these 2 guys down, of course. Alright. Select button, down, X on skull key. There's the skull key getting used. And there's a wolf here. I will go ahead and destroy him. This is so much easier when you have the hammer equipped, because you can just wail on them just like that. And there is another zombie here. Zombie goes down fairly easily. And we now have the star rune. Oh, we need the star rune. We don't necessarily have it. I just approached the door. Well, you might as well just go ahead and look around. Beat up another hand. Want to be faster on your feet? Want to be able to bash down walls by charging into them? All you have to do is defeat the evil guardians of the graveyard and gain this new ability. You will never know why you left the grave without it. And we will get a new ability once we are done in this area. For now, though, I do want to go up the hill first, because this is how we're going to get the rune. However, we aren't necessarily done exploring just yet. We need to go down the hill and beat up some enemies. And we're going to start by beating up this wolf. And if the wolf will come back, I'll be more than happy to destroy the wolf. There we go. There should be some more enemies, such as this zombie, who I will easily take down with the crossbow. Let's carefully cross so that way we don't get in any trouble falling into a tar pit while going for that gold. Speaking of gold, there's some gold we can get there. There's the star rune. But I don't necessarily want to go in there quite yet. There are some things that I can do. First of all, I want to go ahead and take these enemies out from afar, even though I will have to fight them eventually, because by taking them down from this far away, I can give myself a little bit of an edge when it comes to getting the chalice. I am now at 90... I want to say 95%, but it's kind of hard to tell. Nevertheless, we are close to the chalice anyway. And I do want to get it before I leave. So, we're going to go in here. We're going to get the gold. We're going to leave that energy vial in case we get horribly beaten up. And, well, the enemies here are now giving us a hard time. So, we might as well just go ahead and grab that energy vial. All of our health is nearly refilled. I wonder what happens if I just mash axe. Well, that's one way of doing things. But these guys do a lot of damage. And that just cost me one of my life bottles. But we now can grab the chalice. Let's go ahead and grab that. That path leads to the chalice. Or rather, that leads to that area with all those zombies that I just picked off from a distance. This one leads to the path that leads to all the zombies I took out from a distance. So what does this do? Apparently both of them do it. And when you press X, regardless of which path you take, you'll end up over here. By moving into this block, you can push the block to the left, which is something you do want to do, by the way. And I do not want to fall down there. And it is not something that I want to do. Let's grab the energy vial. That'll give us a little bit of energy for one of the life bottles that I so desperately need to refill. And by pushing this off the cliff, we can land here, and we can land here. Let's go ahead and refill the life bottle because we're totally going to need it. And the sound has stopped, which signifies that that life bottle has fully filled up. And prepare to battle the Guardians of the Graveyard. We're going to charge up the Warhammer here, or just the hammer. And when one of the Guardians lunges at us, we want to make sure that we hit it with the fully charged hammer shot. That would be great. And apparently I'm not fast enough for some reason. And I can't seem to get away from these things and just punish them with a huge shockwave. Apparently I need to be a little faster than how I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'm going to get torn apart. And that's kind of one way to do it, kind of not. But at least the... Oh, come on. I got pushed all the way back, just like that. Ugh. And I can't go back afterwards, so I'm going to have to go somewhere else to refill all that health. But as long as you have the Warhammer charged up, and you're able to get some hits in, and you're not close to it when it's teleporting in and out of existence here. Oh, that wasn't enough. As long as you do basically just manage to strike and get away as they go in and out of existence, you really shouldn't have much problems with the Guardians of the Graveyard. So now that we've beaten the Guardians of the Graveyard, we now have the Daring Dash. All we have to do is just double tap in any direction to run, and then while running, we can just press and hold, or rather we can just press the triangle button, and we'll do this, give ourselves a little extra boost when we run.
All has changed outside the necropolis. Paths go this way, paths go that way. Nasty, painful death waits round every turn and over every hill. Bon voyage.
And by going through here, I do have the Chalice of Souls, right? I do. By going through here, we should be able to finish this area and head to the Hall of Heroes, where we should get something useful. Maybe. You don't seem to say anything different, and I'm pretty sure you're just going to say the same thing if I approach you and press triangle. So, we need to go up to this statue again.
Bravo, Fortescue! Some of the other chaps wagered Zarok would be using your ribcage as a toast rack by now, but I knew you'd pull through. Here, I have a little extra something here I can give you. Could help the old quest. You want it?
And we might as well accept whatever it is he has for us. And it's 100 gold. Better than nothing. So, we now have another chalice picked up. We have another homage given to the heroes. And now we can go ahead and leave, which is something I do want to do, because I really want to get healed up. So we have, first of all, let's save our game. And we now have 2 new places that we can go to. We can either go to the Enchanted Earth, or we can go to the Scarecrow Fields. However, I do want to replay the Graveyard. I want to see if you can exit a level without having to play through it. I do want to know if you can do that, because I've never checked. At least we have some more advanced weaponry now. Apparently there is no way. So, we're going to have to look for the exit out of here if we want to have any chance of getting out of here alive. And I want to make sure that we pummel every enemy and everything we can find into the ground, so that way I can get a ton of gold. There's our rune. And there is a little bit of gold that we can get. Alright. Let's go ahead and stand here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some energy refills. Something tells me I'm going to have to come through here multiple times just to get everything refilled, because eventually you won't be able to refill everything in one shot. I will eventually have to make multiple trips to the graveyard, because this is the easiest place to get an energy fountain for refilling our health after all. And I might as well just go ahead and go for some gold as I go through these areas, because the gold that we get here can still be useful in case we need to buy crossbow bolts or ammunition for other things or what have you. We may not be able to do much with the gold right now, but that may soon change as we go through this game. And there is the gold that I wanted. Let's go ahead and grab even more gold. Then go through here. I still wish that you could go through that door and then just end the level just like that. Sadly, the skull key is no longer in our possession and can be used, and it basically can't be used in such a way when we're here anyway. And some of this stuff is really starting to look familiar. I like what they did with Return to the Graveyard, because you can tell that this area in particular, if I can rotate, they kind of reused it for Return to the Graveyard. So it's not like you were just taking an alternate path. No, you were just going through the first level in reverse, which may seem kind of lazy, but also kind of not, because it actually gives a little bit of consistency. Of course, the game does throw some new things at you, such as the Guardians of the Graveyard and the charging zombies, and some new areas that you could never go to in the first level. So there is that. And it's a good thing that I saved this for after we fought off all those zombies, because I'm really going to need the health refill. I'm also going to need the gold too. Now, if only I could hit this guy. There we go. So let's go ahead and stand here, get the last of the energy we need to refill with. There's one more guy. And there is the exit at last. So, we've now looked at Return to the Graveyard and the Graveyard. And it is kind of cool to notice that you do go through past areas in Return to the Graveyard. Again, it gives this nice consistency, while still throwing in plenty of surprises, such as tougher enemies, new locations, and even a boss. So, next up, we're going to go to one of the two areas that we can go to now. After I save my game, of course, I want to make sure that I save that again. And the save is successful. And we will tackle one of these two areas that we have yet to go to in the next video. So join me next time, where we enter the land of the living for the first time since we stopped living, and see what chaos Zarok has cooked up. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!